That's Prince Harry! What are you talking about? You don't know who Prince Harry is? No. He's the coolest! You go to a party and know it's Prince. I know he's not dressed like Prince Harry.
Many celebrities have insane lookalikes, blondes, redheads, and petite. But sometimes two stars look so similar that fans, paparazzi, and even other Hollywood royalty can differentiate them apart. Here are celebrities who have been mistaken for other celebs. Zooey Deschanel and Katy Perry. The wide-eyed stars are often mixed up with each other. In 2009, Deschanel came out and said that the mix-up could be bothersome. It's a little bit annoying, to be completely honest. The only thing we have in common is that we look a little bit alike, she told Music Television. I have met her before. She seems like a nice person. I'm glad she's well known enough now that she's not going out and being mistaken for me. By 2011, though, her feelings about being seen as lookalikes seem to have calmed down. She even made a playful comment on Instagram, suggesting they dress up as the twins from The Shining for Halloween. Perry, now known as a singer with many popular songs, told the 40-year-old actress that she used to pretend to be her when she first moved to California as a teenager. When I came to Los Angeles, I was pretty much a nobody, and you were just getting so big back then. It was like Zooey Deschanel was running everything, Perry remembered. In that moment, I felt so good about looking like you.
Zooey, when I came to LA, I was pretty much a nobody, and you were like just getting so huge at that time. It was like Zooey Deschanel ran the world. I had no clout, I had nothing, and sometimes I would pose as you to get into.
Perry said that back in those days, before her 2008 song I Kissed a Girl made her famous, she leaned on Deschanel's name to sneak into clubs. I went to the club a lot, the Roar singer explained, and I wanted to get in, but I had no money, no pull, nothing at all. And sometimes I would act like I was you to get past the door. This didn't catch Deschanel off guard. She just said, well, I know this.
Well, I know this because people were like, I saw you.
No!
Like, such a goody two shoes, and people kept going like, I saw you out, like I made eye contact with you, and I was like,
Elizabeth Banks and Chelsea Handler have been mixed up with each other more times than anyone can count. Both have blonde hair, faces that look alike, and a quick, sharp way of being funny. They look so much alike that even people who've watched them for years sometimes can't tell who's who. This mix-up has stuck with them throughout their entire time in Hollywood, causing plenty of laughs and awkward spots. Elizabeth Banks, known for being in movies like the Hunger Games series and Pitch Perfect, has talked about these mix-ups in lots of interviews. She once said that people come up to her, telling her how great her stand-up comedy is, even though she doesn't do comedy like that. At first, she didn't get why they'd say that, but then it clicked. They thought she was Chelsea Handler. Banks has learned to find it funny, even saying with a laugh that maybe she should try stand-up to keep the confusion going. Chelsea Handler, famous for her talk shows and comedy specials, has also brought up the mix-ups. She once told a story about how people who work in Hollywood have even gotten her name wrong. Once, a big producer started talking to her about a movie project, thinking she was Elizabeth Banks. Handler thought it was funny and went along with it for a bit before setting things straight. The mix-up became so common that Elizabeth Banks and Chelsea Handler decided to play around with them. In a post on social media, Banks asked jokingly if she should start signing Handler's books, and Handler said she might as well take credit for Banks' movies. Even though they do different things in their careers, the confusion has still continued. They both take it with a smile though, showing that even famous people can't escape getting mistaken for someone else. The British monarch is known all over the world, but do you know many still don't know Prince Harry? And how is this even possible? Let's find out.
And he helped me find it, and then I was like, oh, you going in here? He's like, yeah, and I was like, oh, cool, me too.
And you found it very polite and very you go,
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, and then it turns out it's Prince Harry.
Yes.
This is Prince Harry.
Yeah, but...
This guy.
Margot Robbie thought Prince Harry was Ed Sheeran. Returning to December 2015, when Suki Waterhouse posted a picture of herself, Princess Eugenie, Cara Delevingne, Sienna Miller, Margot Robbie, and Prince Harry squeezing into a photo booth together. It took a bit, but we figured out that the guy in the photo was Harry. At that party, where the Australian actress said she had a drink or drinks, she admitted she thought the royal was actually Ed Sheeran, and even wanted to snap selfies with him. Not every redhead from England is the same, but try telling that to the people who keep getting Prince Harry and the singer Ed Sheeran mixed up. It's not just little mistakes. Global News said someone even mistakenly put Sheeran's face on a special plate for the royal wedding next to Meghan Markle. And it's not only regular people, other famous faces have also confused the two. Elle magazine wrote about when Margot Robbie was at a party with Prince Harry, but was sure he was Ed Sheeran. When I saw him in those glasses, I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know Ed Sheeran was here, she told Jimmy Fallon, according to Elle, and he got distraught. He was like, shut up.
When I saw him in those glasses, I was like, oh my god, I didn't know Ed Sheeran was at the party. And he got really offended.
Oh, no, he did not.
He's like, shut up.
Anyway, her excuse for this mistake is that Prince Harry was not wearing a crown. Do you think royals should go everywhere with their crowns, including parties? Actress and singer Lucy Hale has shared that people have often used to think she was Selena Gomez. She didn't have it in her to let down the star's fans, so she would play along and act like she was Gomez. During a new talk on Late Night with Seth Meyers, the Pretty Little Liars star admitted she wouldn't set people straight when they got her mixed up with Gomez and would just go with it, even posing for pictures with fans. When I was younger, it was always Selena Gomez. I thought it was really neat back then because it was when she was going out with Justin Bieber, and I would put on my sunglasses and people would actually walk up to me thinking I was her, and I would actually stand there for the photos. I would roll with it. I couldn't bring myself to tell them I wasn't Selena, she said.
There was a phase growing up, people thought I was Selena Gomez. They would try to take my phone. This during the time she started dating Justin Bieber, they would try to take my phone, try to see if I was texting Justin Bieber, and I'm like, I'll take a picture with you to make your dreams come true if you think I'm Selena, but I'm not.
Hale talked about her part in Pretty Little Liars and said she plans to stick with it until the show wraps up. I'll ride out Pretty Little Liars until it's done because that show has been such a starting point for me, and I really love and enjoy the people I work with, and I love the characters. Mostly, I'm just curious to see what happens next, she explained. She is not the only celebrity in those shoes. How about 3 actors who look like triplets? Let's figure out who they are.
Who is the best Ryan? Ryan Gosling or Ryan Reynolds?
I think Ryan Gosling. I know this might sound cringy, but he's so cool.
Ryan Reynolds gets mistaken for Ben Affleck and Ryan Gosling. Actor Ryan Reynolds revealed that he often gets mixed up with both Ben Affleck and Ryan Gosling. The Deadpool actor has been busy, starring in action comedies like Free Guy and Netflix's Red Notice not long ago. Of course, Reynolds' life away from his movies gets just as much attention since he talks openly about his family, particularly his well-known marriage to another actor, Blake Lively. Together, the couple has over 71 million followers on Instagram, winning people over with their funny and sometimes playful digs at each other. When you put them side by side, Reynolds and Gosling don't look the same the more you stare at them. Still, it's pretty surprising how they share from having the same first name to their long face shapes. Plus, they are both from Canada. Now that Reynolds brings it up, he and Affleck have some likeness in their faces, but it's not tricky to tell them apart. Maybe Reynolds has one of those faces that seems like someone you know. All kidding aside, it's nice to see an actor make fun of himself and say out loud what people are already thinking. Ryan Reynolds' lively spirit and quirky sense of humor make him just right for parts like Deadpool or the character Guy in Free Guy. The actor's success comes a lot from sticking to what he is good at, and mostly that's just being himself. However, another actor who was added to this group of lookalike guys. Who do you think that actor was? Let's find out.
You were Ryan Reynolds? A while ago, yeah, so this woman thought I was Ryan Reynolds, and so I try to have like a kind heart, and I'm looking at this woman, and she is looking at me like my wife looks at me sometimes. And
Justin Hartley gets told he is Ryan Reynolds. So I felt a little hurt for half a second, but then I felt even better about myself. I didn't have it in me to tell her I wasn't him, so for 5 minutes, I just acted like I was the coolest guy around, Ryan Reynolds. Then, as I was heading out the door, I caught her eye. I wanted to give her one last wave, but she glared at me like mad. Somebody had told her the truth. He said that with a great laugh.
Being who I am rather than I went to college with you, or did you used to date my cousin, or are you Jodie Foster, which I got for a long time.
Really? People think that you're Jodie Foster?
Helen Hunt and Jodie Foster have been mixed up with each other for a long time, and how much they look alike has caused a lot of funny mistakes. Both actresses have sharp faces, light skin, and hairstyles that match up close. They look so similar that fans, news writers, and even people working in Hollywood have gotten them confused more than once. While both have had great careers, Helen Hunt seems to run into these mix-ups more often, with people thinking she's Jodie Foster. One time that sticks out happened when Helen Hunt was eating at a restaurant, and a fan came up all excited, telling her how much they loved her in The Silence of the Lambs. The person kept going, saying they thought her part as Clara Starling was amazing, and that it changed how they saw thriller movies. Hunt figured out that they thought she was Jodie Foster, but didn't immediately fix the mistake. Instead, she politely nodded, said thank you, and let it continue. Before walking off, the fan asked for an autograph made out to Jodie, and Hunt had to step in and clear things up. Another funny thing happened at an airport when a security officer checking her passport glanced up and said, "I'm a big fan of your work in Taxi Driver." Hunt laughed a little and answered, "That was Jodie Foster." The officer looked caught off guard but laughed too, saying he'd always thought they were the same person. Even in Hollywood, photographers at red carpet events have mistakenly called Helen Hunt after Jodie Foster. At one award show, a bunch of photographers yelled, "Jodie, Jodie, look over here." Hunt turned around, smiled, and then laughed. "I hope Jodie Foster is having as much fun as I am right now." Helen Hunt doesn't seem to mind the confusion and has laughed about it when talking to reporters. She says looking like another actress with so much talent is not a bad deal. While the mix-up might keep happening, both actresses have made their special places in Hollywood, each with a career and a name of their own. Humans often look like they were born from the same womb, but when it involves celebrities, media attention takes it to a whole new level. Which of the mistakes was the most surprising to you? Let's hear from you in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.